Hey everyone, it's Inaya. Welcome back to Circle of Life with Inaya. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt that sinking feeling in your stomach after a big mistake or a failed attempt? Maybe you studied hard for an exam and still didn't get the grade you wanted, or you put yourself out there for a job or relationship and it just didn't work out. If you've ever wished you could just erase those moments, you're definitely not alone. But what if I told you that your failures could actually become your secret weapon? Today, we're flipping the script on failure and learning how to celebrate it, so it powers you up instead of holding you back. Let's be honest. No one likes to fail. It feels uncomfortable, sometimes embarrassing, and can even make us want to give up. But here's the truth. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every time you fail, you're given a rare opportunity to learn, grow, and build resilience. The problem is, most of us have been taught to hide our failures or pretend they never happened. That's why today, I want to show you how you can start seeing failure as your greatest teacher and even use it to your advantage. So, why does this matter for you? Because the way you handle failure shapes your confidence, your motivation, and your ability to take risks. If you see failure as a dead end, you'll always play it safe and miss out on amazing opportunities. But if you can learn to celebrate your failures, you'll start to see them as stepping stones to something better. Imagine how much more you could achieve if you weren't afraid to fail. Let's dive into some practical ways to turn failure into your secret weapon. First, try to shift your perspective. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" ask, "What can I learn from this?" This small change in thinking can completely transform how you feel about setbacks. For example, I remember when I first started this channel, I was terrified that no one would watch my videos. My first few uploads barely got any views, and I felt like giving up. But instead of quitting, I decided to look at what I could improve. I tweaked my content, learned more about what you wanted to see, and slowly, things started to change. If I had let those early failures stop me, I wouldn't be here with you today. Another powerful strategy is to actually celebrate your failures. Yes, really celebrate them. This might sound strange, but hear me out. When you acknowledge your failures openly, you take away their power to shame or discourage you. You could write down your failures in a journal and next to each one, jot down what you learned or how you grew because of it. You could even share your story with a friend or a supportive community. When you talk about your setbacks, you'll often find that others have gone through similar experiences and suddenly you don't feel so alone. Plus, you might inspire someone else to keep going too. One of the most important things to remember is that failure is often a sign that you're pushing yourself outside your comfort zone. If you never fail, it probably means you're not challenging yourself enough. Think about a time when you tried something completely new, maybe learning a new language, starting a fitness routine, or applying for a job you weren't sure you'd get. Chances are you stumbled a bit at first. That's completely normal. The people who achieve the most aren't the ones who never fail. They're the ones who keep going, even when things get tough. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, "But Inaya, what if I fail and people judge me?" That's a real fear, and it's something I've struggled with too. The truth is, everyone is so busy worrying about their own mistakes that they rarely remember yours for long. And the people who truly matter, your real friends, your family, your supporters, will respect you even more for being honest and resilient. If you find yourself stuck worrying about what others think, try focusing on your own journey. Remind yourself that your growth is more important than anyone else's opinion. Let's talk about turning failure into action. After a setback, it's easy to get stuck replaying what went wrong. Instead, try to break the cycle by taking one small step forward. Maybe that means reaching out for feedback, setting a new goal, or simply trying again with a different approach. The key is to keep moving. Every action you take, no matter how small, builds your confidence and keeps you from getting stuck in self-doubt. I want to share a quick story from a friend of mine who once auditioned for a big dance competition. She practiced for months, but on the day of the audition, she completely blanked on her routine and walked off stage in tears. She was devastated and wanted to give up dancing altogether. But after a few days, she realized that the only way to get better was to face her fear and try again. She signed up for a local dance class, made new friends, and eventually found her love for dancing again. That one failure didn't define her. It pushed her to grow in ways she never expected. If you're worried about feeling discouraged after a failure, try setting up a failure ritual. This could be something as simple as taking a walk, listening to your favorite song, or treating yourself to your favorite snack. Give yourself a moment to feel disappointed, but then remind yourself that this is just one chapter in your story. You are not your failures. You are the person who keeps showing up no matter what. So, here's my challenge for you. The next time you stumble or fall short of your goal, don't hide from it. Celebrate it, share it, learn from it, and then get back up and keep going. Remember, every failure is a sign that you're trying, growing, and moving closer to the life you want. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one failure you've experienced that taught you something valuable? Share your story in the comments below so we can all learn and grow together. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Circle of Life with Inaya for more real talk, practical tips, and inspiration. Remember, your failures are not the end. They're just the beginning of something amazing. See you next time.